What's up, guys? Um, yeah, I wanted to talk about just like issues I've been having trouble with recently, and one of the issues I wanted to talk about is dating. Now, I know, another person talking about dating on the internet, dude. It's not one of those videos, okay? Just wait until what I have to say. Now, by the title of the video, you already know what I'm going to talk about with dating. And my huge problem with dating right now, at least right now, I'm 21 years old. Um, I don't think, I don't have the best riz. I don't think I'm a Rizzler, right? But I definitely don't think, I'm awkward either. I definitely can hold the conversation down. But I just noticed that, dating obviously isn't what it is compared back in the day. And I'm not even going that far back. I'm talking about fucking 2000s here. Like, less than, like, almost 20 years ago. Like, the expectation now when you're coming into a dating scene is almost impossible as a man. I don't want to say any man, but certain ranges. I'm talking about my age demographic. So like, 17, 16 to like 23, 24. So like you're almost out of college. Like when you're a young man, you don't really, unless you worked and stuff or you have a rich family, but I'm really talking about myself, but I feel like a lot of people have similar experiences. So when you graduate high school or whenever you're 18, you don't have a lot of money, right? So you have to work or go to school, but you're working to get more money because you don't just have 20K in your bank account. You have like 50 bucks, maybe 100, maybe less, unless you're working a job throughout high school, whatever, because I'm just speaking for myself mainly, but I know a lot of people have been through that. So you're broke, right? Anyway, and inflation's going up. The inflation's going up. Everything's costing more, and everything's expensive. Like you literally have to be smart with your money than ever before. Like you can't just like, it's so easy to blow through money is what I'm trying to say. Like you could easily spend $100 without even trying, and that's just what the world is, and a lot of us, especially me, like I'm not making enough money. I'm fucking making like less than 20K a year, and that's okay. I'm young, but like I'm not making any money. Like I'm barely making money, and I'm living with my parents, and I'm still blowing through this money. And I'm not trying to like say that it's my fault. I'm not trying to like blame anybody. Like, oh yeah, the economy sucks, but I need to be better. But the point is, I'm broke. I'm blowing through my money easily, and it's not like we don't got to get into it. I'm blowing my money into, but I'm blowing my money, and it's just like, okay, let's go back to dating. Fuck, I went all over the place. But what I'm trying to say is that you're broke. You're 18. You're broke. And you see a girl you like. You see a girl, maybe you knew her from before, you followed her on Instagram, whatever. And you want to ask her out. You want to hang out with her. But in today's dating game, you can't simply just hang out. You can't just do anything. Like there's no more walks in the park. There's no more like, hey, let's just like, just do something where it's just the two of you and there's not that much commitment. Because women, I don't want to speak for all women, but girls value a commitment. Like they want to know that you actually like them, not just you don't want to smash, right? I get that. Like, like spend money on me or like do something that show that you actually care about me instead of just like you just want to smash, which makes sense, But as a young guy, you don't have enough money to really spend money on these dates. Like not every girl's like this. I'm not trying to say every girl's like this. Like I said, I'm just talking about my experience. But like, right, you go on a date, you go on a coffee date, you're in a position where you have to buy everything as a guy, because at least for me, I'm not gonna go on a date and then say, hey, do you want to split? Like that just, especially the first date, that just looks bad in my opinion. Some guys would probably disagree, but I'm gonna pay because it's just like I asked you to go on the date, and I want you to know that I am taking you serious and I'll pay for it. Like that's what you should do. I'm not trying to complain about that part. That makes sense. But when you're broke, you see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense to do that because you don't have money to even spend. You have to spend money on yourself before you go spend it on someone else, especially someone you don't even know. So you're spending this money that you don't really have on someone that you hope that can be your potential partner. Now, that's the first problem with dating is that there's just not enough money for young guys. There's just too much money in this economy for broke people to really date. Now, You might be like, Simon, just date a broke girl. Yeah, sure, I've done that. You can date a broke girl, but just because someone's broke doesn't mean you can't spend money. You literally are spending money when you walk out the door. I hope you realize that when you're spending money on gas or you're buying something at the store, you're spending money when you leave the house, majority of the time. So there isn't like, oh, date a broke girl. That's not going to solve your issues. The only thing it's going to solve is that like you don't have to spend money on her every time you hang out. That's the only difference. But then again, like I said, if you're spending money on gas, you're spending money on like, if you drive over to her place, you're spending money on gas. If you're going to go, like, if you're going to, there's so much stuff. Everything costs money. And, as a broke guy, it's hard. It's hard. It's not impossible, but it's not easy, and you can't be broke. You can't, especially when you're trying to date a girl, like, yeah, you have to have some money. I'm like saying broke. You can't be homeless broke. I'm saying like no money, no nothing. Like, because then girls aren't going to even try. Because it's like, damn, this guy is got no potential. He's got like nothing going for him. He can't even hold a job. He can't even hold $50 in the bank account. Why should I give him my time and day? So there's just like, so that's just a problem I'm seeing, is that like it's just too expensive to even go on dates now. And like obviously like, the answer is just like, oh, save money. Sure, but dude, are you really telling me you're not gonna go try and find love because of money? That's so stupid in my head. Like, I can't conceptualize that. Like, I'm so poor I can't go for love. I'm so poor I can't even grasp a relationship. Like, that's stupid. Like, we shouldn't be living like that. Like I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And then the other problem I have is globalization of dating. Globalization, that word. Globalization, for all the dumb people, is just basically like when all these countries all over the world start working together, right? So you got everything, like, everything's imported from China, or, Mexican tacos. Like, that's globalization, like the world coming together, and that's my definition of it, but the world coming together and like collaborating, right? So like Germany, Japan working together, globalization. Now, how does that work in the context of dating? Now, with the rise of the internet and also like Instagram and stuff like that. The rise of the internet. Online dating changed a lot, and it changed a lot in a sense of like, I don't want to say what it used to be like, because I never grew up when online dating just started. But now, online dating now is just like, it's just like a bunch of hot or not. Like, hey, this person's attracted. It's superficial. There's no, I don't know, like surface level stuff to like know them. You're just literally swiping right or left based on attraction. And there are captions, but like, if you don't find the person attractive, they can have the best caption. You're not going to swipe right because you don't find them attractive, and you don't know these people. So you can't even like you can, but like, you're not going to really like swipe right. You're not going to even, it's not even worth the effort to like swipe right on someone that you don't find attractive because you don't know them. So like, okay, yeah, they have a great caption, but you don't know them. They have a great caption. They might be awkward as fuck in real life, So I'm just saying that like the online dating thing is it's so superficial, and it's like, and it's everywhere, it's everywhere. Everybody has it. And then that's the globalization, that everybody has it. That's the problem, that like, me, myself, I'm matching with girls 3 hours away. Now, we're in the same state. I live in Michigan. Michigan's a big state, I'm 3 hours away, and, girls don't, I don't want to, but the point is, 3 hours away is crazy. For a date, it's like, I don't even know you. Even the FaceTime doesn't matter. Like, that's such a commitment for me to drive 3 hours to meet a girl I don't know, for the hopes of that going somewhere. Now, I'm crazy enough to try it because I want love. I think that's a normal, like, I want a connection. I don't think that's crazy to say. Like, I would want to hope that I would get married someday or have a potential long-term partner, and it's just crazy that I have to like not even compete or like just meet people so far away from me, and I can't get anybody in my city, it feels like. And it goes back to the beginning, like, I'm not the best Rizzler, but I should really just said that. But I'm not awkward either. I can definitely hold a conversation, and if we vibe, we vibe. I'm not a playboy where I can fucking like, I'm not a chameleon where I can like play up to anybody and like like have that vibe with anybody. I'm really just like, if you vibe with me, I'll vibe with you. If not, I'm not gonna force it. But it's crazy that I'm in this position where like I have to like, go to Detroit or go to like 2 hour away city that I don't even know. Like that's the funny part too. Is like I matched with this chick. I'm like, I never even knew this place existed. Like what? Like, it's like, what? This is a city? And then you type it in, hour and a half. Like what the? Guys will say, Simon, oh, you can't get girls in your city. Why don't you just do the in-person approach? I just told you why I don't do the in-person approach. Because if I approach a girl, I'm sorry, ladies, I don't mean to generalize, but I don't want to approach a girl and then I go get her number and then she's talking to 15 other guys and you don't know. There's no way to know as a guy until you already like hung out with her. But I'm just talking about the in-person because you won't know, right? But then you won't know. But then you're wondering, why is she not responding to my text? Why is she taking 2 hours? Why is she giving me this fucking 2-word answers? Because she's talking to 20 different guys and the guy she actually likes is not giving her attention. So she's just putting up with your energy until the guy she actually likes will give her that energy. Because once that guy gives her energy, she's gonna ditch you. If not ditch you, then she's gonna fucking like do what she's gonna like take forever to respond. Play games and don't play the game, man. That's don't play the game. So, I mean, yeah, is in-person method effective? Yeah, it definitely can be. But in today's society, girls will think you're creepy if you come off too aggressive. And if you come off too conservative, you look like a fucking pussy bitch. So it's like, you have to find a happy medium between both, of course. But, that takes years, not even years, but that takes a lot of practice to get to that point. And you have to be comfortable with yourself to like know what that happy medium is. For being too aggressive versus being too shy and reserved. So there's just a lot of complications with that. And not to say that there wasn't always complications, but now it's just like, it's just like it just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm stupid. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Like, I'm not afraid to be wrong. I mean, I'm posting this whole fucking rant, so I'm definitely gonna be bound to be wrong and change my opinion. I'm out here trying to make this girl my girlfriend, but then she's snapping 12 other guys. And I don't know if I can say cut that off, because then she might just walk out. Be like, oh, who are you? Who are you? You're not my boyfriend. It's like, man, like I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking about myself here. I'm not talking about other guys. I'm not talking to anybody. So why are you entertaining this? It's just like, it just doesn't make sense of like, if I really, really respected you, I wouldn't go up to another girl and ask for her number, even if it's just for practice, even if I'm trying to work on my fucking game. Like, I'm focused on you and only you. And that's what we need to go back to. It's just like, focus on you and not have a big commitment up front. Like, oh, I don't need to spend $50. Like, why can't I spend $10 or maybe even $5? Like, let's go to the thrift store and not spend any money. Let's just walk around. Like, on some broke people shit. Because I'm broke. Let's go to the thrift store and not spend any money and go spend money on Little Caesars. Like, that's a date. That's a Gen Z, not a Gen, but that's a broke man's first date. Like, let's just walk around, go to fast food and talk. Because I can't commit $50 to you when I don't know you. I'm sorry. I'm broke. I'll happily admit that I'm broke. I'm not rich, guys. I don't make a lot of money. And I want to. I definitely strive for that. But right now, I don't see myself committing. Because just like, you're competing with so many different guys. The globalization, we're like, I'm in Michigan, like I said. I might talk to a girl in my city and she's talking to a guy from Chicago, a guy from Detroit, a guy from 30 minutes away from where I'm living. Like, it's crazy. And, why should I really compete? It's like, in the back of my mind, it's just like, if I get it, I get it. If I know, I don't. That's why you don't see a lot of people committing to relationships now, because it's just like, everyone's scared, first of all, because they don't want to be traumatized. And second of all, there's just like, it's just too much like, oh, if you do this, then I'll reciprocate that energy. Like, like, oh, if you spend this amount of money, then I'll show you this amount of affection. Like, it's crazy. It's transactional. 100% it's transactional. That's what most of it is. Like I said, it's not every single person. But if you are offended by this, I'm probably talking about you, because this is an issue. This doesn't need to be happening. It can be better. As a society, we should be striving for more. I mean, no wonder why everybody's getting a divorce now, because people are just jumping to relationships, and then as soon as you fall out of love, it's like, oh, bye, I'm gonna find something else. Like, no, like, why don't like stay? Like, I'm getting off topic. That's marriage. That's a whole different episode. I'm talking about dating. But just please, like, just I said my piece about what I think is wrong with it, and I think I made some good points. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I just want, at the end of the day, people to be more in happier situations in relationships, because the way we are progressing, it's not good, you know. And I already said, like, what's wrong with all these apps and the money situation. I'm definitely open-minded. I don't think everything I say is 100% factual. I'm just speaking from my personal experience and what I feel like is happening. So, you know, I'm not bringing up statistics. I'm not bringing up research. I'm just saying what I've seen around, and I'm just speaking as a person, as a human being in the United States, 21-year-old male. You know, I'm just saying what I see, and it's not good. And I wish things could change, and I hope things will change. And I, you know, kind of explain why I think dating is fucked right now. But thank you for my TED Talk. Hopefully, you know, you were entertained or you learned something. You know, let me know in the comments if I'm fucking tripping right now, or if I'm speaking facts, my niggas. All right. Thank you for paying attention. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.